survive through the tiny combination. Or no, they're gonna go for the bristleback mid. Okay. This is one of the ways that we've seen in the past. Alliance specifically have dealt with the Tiny Wisp as a dual lane mid. They run the bristleback as a good way to deal with it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
So now
remaining.
Ninjas in Pyjamas have to think about what is going to be best. They're actually the ones who ban away the Disruptor. They've got the Queen of Pain on their side after all, and it's incredibly good versus Tiny Wisp. So if you weren't going to take it for yourself, you got to ban it away.
10 seconds
Alliance,
remaining.
what's left here? Rubik's still in the pool. Is that
5
valuable for
seconds
any
remaining.
side here? Rubik's good versus Clockwork. Just during the laning phase, because the cogs, you could just toss him outside of the cogs. So if he cogs defensively, you just throw him, outside of his own cogs, and it actually serves as sort of a barrier for you. No, they're gonna go for the Keeper of the Light. This is like almost max split push now, with the Coddle paired up with the Wisp. Two different positioning supports. Alliance last down to their last 40 seconds in the draft.
10 seconds remaining.
Dazzle's still left in the pool if they want to go for
5
like a Dazzle
seconds
Bristleback
remaining.
dual lane against the Tiny Wisp mid. That's probably one of the best heroes still left in the pool.
Reserve
The
time.
Weave does some pretty good work against Tiny Wisp as both defensive and offensive.
Ten seconds.
It's alright
remaining.
with both the Gyrocopter as well as the Clockwork.
5
I think I'd
seconds
actually like the
remaining.
Dazzle quite a bit here. No, Enigma. They're looking to try and just counter the Wisp as possible here. Alright, My Nuts is going to be playing that one. Alliance getting a little bit greedy, opting for a jungler, but they know Ninjas in Pyjamas can't actually punish them. Going to be just running a dual lane mid. Should be a Keeper of the Light and Queen of Pain. Well, maybe Keeper of the Light actually runs with the Tusk and they leave Limp as a solo safe laner. And if Alliance, they have to run aggro, otherwise they're left with Queen of Pain versus Clockwork. And that's never going to be a good matchup. Welcome back, Rio.
Hello, my beloved capitalist. How's the game
10
going? My Dota's
seconds
taking forever to start.
Well, we have a Tiny Wisp combination for
5
Ninjas in
seconds
Pyjamas.
remaining.
Nice, you called it.
But
Nailed
Alliance
it.
have an Enigma.
Oh,
And that's always tough, right? Like, you can't very easily get the relocate play out. There's a black hole ready to go.
and they can't contest the jungle either.
Prepare
So
for battle.
it's really good. They should be able to get away with the Enigma greed and free farm. Get the fast mechanism, group up, and then the black hole, man.
Alright, Ninjas in Pyjamas. I was just talking about, do you think Alliance, because I'm thinking they run the Keeper of the Light and Tusk dual offlane, and they leave Queen of Pain safe lane against the Clockwork, right? A matchup that you very, very easily win, and then you could potentially do well as an aggro dual lane, with just spamming out ice shards and blasting.
Yep. And this is it's kind of like the same idea as last game. You just keep on using your shards to harass instead of your overwhelming odds.
30 seconds.
It's
to
a pretty
battle.
good idea. It worked out for them last game, and it should probably work out again.
Admiral Bulldog heads up to his lane. Looks like they're just going to split. No fighting over the bounty runes. Have you seen the Bristleback versus the Tiny Wisp as a mid? And how do you think it does? Because I was just remarking how Alliance have done this in the past. In fact, I even heard them talking about it at MLG. How exactly do you play it? Have you played it before?
I haven't personally played it, but yes, I've seen S4 play it, and I've seen RTZ play it. But that was was that was probably like 6 months ago, before TI, maybe like 2 or 3 months before TI or something, or when the patch first came out. We kind of saw Tiny and Wisp being played a little bit still, and people would pick the Bristleback, and what they would do is just stack up on, make sure you get enough just Quill Spray and just pull the wave. He still is going to have a hard time no matter what. But the idea is to cancel out the bottle charges. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Right.
You want to try to cancel the bottle charging up, and the best way is just this Quill Spray.
And the physical damage is very good versus Tiny, who starts out the game with 0 armor. So, sure enough, exactly as we talked about, Limp is going to be left 1 versus 1 against Admiral Bulldog. They've got an aggro dual lane, Jonas Samfan and Seal Kid going to be double blasting down the wave from long range. And then S4 is just occasionally going to get some help, most likely, from the Enigma. Hanskin actually, yeah, the Wisp starts out with 0 armor as well. So this physical damage spell is going to do so much work.
Yep. Needs to be careful, though. If he gets tossed back into the tower, S4 will die. So. And also note, Era did start off with the Magic Stick. So this is going to be really good for him too. He can make a lot of plays onto S4, whereas, you know, S4 can maybe dive, get some kills, but he has to be careful now.
Yeah, this means that he's going to be able to spam out just constantly between the Wisp heal and the easy magic wand charges that he gets out. He's going to have a plethora of mana.
We didn't really talk about this Witch Doctor, but this is counteracting it. The early Voodoo Restoration, healing up Gyro and him. It's helping a lot just for the sustainability. Bottom room is going to be Invis picked up from Ake. See what he wants to do with it. Thinking about mid, but I don't think he could get a kill on mid.
Bulldog, he's trying to get like a Cogs play, but he's just being kited around. Limp is just staying right outside of the range of Cogs while still getting more and more right clicks on him. I wouldn't be surprised if Admiral Bulldog dies soon if he continues to stick around this lane. Gonna have to pop the healing salve at the very least. S4. He's got the 0-2-2 built, which is exactly how you have to play this one. Limp has actually run out of mana here. Do you think he, maybe he goes for the bottle here? Right? As, oh, never mind. I thought maybe he would go for the bottle, just be able to regen up all that mana that he's used, and bottle Queen of Pain is going to be valuable anyway.
Yeah, I thought so too. Very interesting to see why he hasn't gone there, and I think Bulldog might be going for a bottle too. He's thinking about, he's like, should I go bottle? Should I go boots?
Is he dead? S4 gets tossed into the air. Gets the double spam out from the Quill Spray. NiP. Don't really try and push it against a Bristleback. Not worth it.
Top lane here, Bulldog. Limp could get his salve canceled, and that could really hurt him. You have to keep an eye on that. Well, Bulldog can't use the courier because S4 is using it, so maybe that's why he's kind of saving his money. Oh, there goes the salve though. So now life just became really hard for Bulldog until he gets his bottle. Oh no, S4 is gonna be bottle crowing. Oh, poor Bulldog. Just left to the dogs.
Yeah, he really is.
The wolves.
Whoa, careful there with that courier. See, how's Ake doing? He's doing a lot of pulling against this dual lane. Seal Kid and Jonas Samfan, both level 3. Seem to be doing alright in CS. 15 CS on Jonas Samfan. He's going to pick up this haste rune. I thought he was going to go mid for a second there, but instead they may aim to dive Loda. They score something out of him. Oh, the blast lands, and the snowball's going to be on top. Ice shards, and there's the first blood. That just barely clipped our gyrocopter, but it sends his wings flying.
Poor Gyro.
Can you check, real quick, can you check Skype for me?
Yeah.
S4 about to pick up his level 6, which I believe he's just going to continue to go. If he's going to stick in lane for a while, he's just going to continue to go for Quill Spray and Bristleback, and may even avoid Warpath, or at least at level 6. Maybe he goes for it at like level 7 or 8. But it all kind of depends on how long you think this laning phase is going to continue. Oh, he actually does go for the Warpath, so... Alright. Challenging S4 a little bit, does get his back turned around in time. The toss, though, is going to do the full amount of damage. S4 actually now making the turnaround as Witch Doctor is going to come forward with the heal and the bottle. They're going to be able to get the kill on Hanskin quite easily. And Era, he's going to be in trouble as well. Malphite slowing him down, the stun slowly but surely. He has a toss, but S4's just playing around with him. No, he got the toss, but it's not enough. The Witch Doctor Voodoo Restoration keeps S4 alive, and he gets the double kill against the Tiny Wisp.
Dire's middle tower is under
Great
attack.
play.
That was a really amazing play.
Yeah.
Few rotations coming in. Just really nice play all around. And that magic one, maximum value coming in from S4, bottling up too perfectly.
Mm-hmm. And S4's even going to start stacking up the Ancients. He's good. So he's going to get so much farm out of this lane. This solo 1 versus 2 has worked out incredibly well for Alliance. This is something that they've tried out a number of times.
Radiant's
Meanwhile,
middle
Admiral
tower
Bulldog,
is under
level
attack.
5, compared to Limp, who is about to pick up level 7, but is very low HP and is probably going to be forced back. The rocket spamming is keeping him low. Ake with the Invis rune is trailing Jonas and Fawn. But I don't think they're going to have... Maybe they have an opportunity to go on Seal Kit. If they can catch him out with the cast, and Loda's able to close that distance, in fact, he now has his level 6, goes up to full HP, or at least was anyway. Ice Shard clips him, and he's probably not going to be feeling comfortable getting aggressive. Looks like Aaron and Hanskin are not going to take the opportunity to farm some of those stacks that Hanskin was clearing up for him. Meanwhile, we haven't talked too much about him. Enigma has the Tranquil Boots and Soul Ring. So he's got the full amount of regen. Should be going for the mech build, I would imagine. It's going to work so well with this Bristleback. And the Voodoo Restoration as well. You can have heals for days on this Bristle and Gyrocopter. Another great Ice Shards. Gets a CS and does some damage to Loda. And Limp's got they're gonna have level 6 soon on Jonas and Fawn. With the Walrus Punch, they may be able to burst down Gyrocopter if he's ever hit by a Caudablast, but you can see already Alliance are rotating in full force here. Admiral Bulldog's got his level 6 hook shot ready to go, but they've got the aggressive ward laid down. They spotted out some of the rotation. Admiral Bulldog's gonna have to find another way to claim an opening. They've got vision of him. He grabbed the haste rune though. They're probably just going to sit very far back.
He's got triple stack now, and he's got up to 1,100 HP. Looking really good now for Alliance. They can put a lot of pressure on. Bulldog looking for that level 6 gank with My Nuts. The Black Hole is online.
They used to smoke this time around, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
they're not going to be able to find that opening. They're just sitting so far back. So instead, they go middle, but that's the thing. The Tiny Wisp have been jungling all this time. S4 is now focusing on trying to take away that Tier 1 tower. But NiP are just not taking any chances.
Dire's middle tower
Tier 1 will fall low. No, they're actually going to pop the glyph and try and challenge this one. S4 is a bit low. They have more TP rotations coming in. The Queen of Pain has the Sonic Wave, but a hook shot actually stops him. Limp blinks forward, able to finish off the Bristleback. Admiral Bulldog popping his haste. Loda comes in. Great ultimate's going to be able to slow down Loda as well as Hanskin. They've got the relocate. Can Hanskin get him out in time? They're keeping him alive. Snowball comes through, just wipes out the rest of the team with a Sonic Wave on the side. They'll get the deny. 3 kills on Alliance, and now they're looking for more. My Nut's going to be caught here, and relocate for the side. They get him as well. Hanskin on the mark there. 4 heroes down. Alliance. They were playing some serious games around with the Tiny Wisp before, but now they've come back with vengeance.
Yeah, just S4 overextending a little bit. His team wasn't in position to really help him in time. Bottom lane.
Jonas and Fawn starts going on to Ake, but the Voodoo Restoration keeps him high enough that he didn't really want to commit for that one too much more. S4 stacking up even more.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, net worth-wise, what are we looking at here? It's still the Bristleback at 4K, but the rest of Ninjas of Pyjamas occupying the other 4's top slots in the net worth thanks to the last team fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Seal Kid now ready to go. If they get into any sort of engagement, he can actually pull someone in. Now that he's got level 6 recall ready to go. Recall, relocate. I mean, it's just so dangerous for Alliance to actually get aggressive because you never know how many heroes are going to be able to respond in time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, if they just, for example, they just go try and pick off Limp, and it just so happens that the Keeper Light's sitting behind him, he recalls in the Tusk, and they relocate in both the Tiny Wisps, and all of a sudden a single pick-off turns into 5 heroes. Alliance pulling away that creep wave, leaving Limp without a creep wave to be able to defend that tier 1 tower. It looks like they're just going to take it with these. Instead, Ninjas of Pyjamas are going to go for a push into the tier 1 tower.
Can't look at this guy.
Alright,
Alright, it's gonna be trade-off, it looks like. Tier 1 for tier 1. S4 needs to be a little bit careful. Oh yeah, he's gonna just be going mid lane. He still can... No. With him TPing mid, I don't think they're gonna be able to get this trade-off now.
Is under attack.
Vanguard finish up. Do you complete the Crimson Guard for S4 in this game? Is it valuable enough to his allies?
I think he needs to get this Ancient Yasha, or even maybe even a BKB. Considering how annoying mana leak is, it's really hard playing a Bristleback when you can't move. So he has to think about that during this game. Do I want to get mana leaked and I can't move, or what?
The smoke up. They're going to be able to find something here. S4 already on top of Hanskin. That will be a quick pick-off, but it looks like they're going to get Era as well. Bulldog managed to get a great hook shot, stopping his retreat. Bulldog, well, he's going to go down for that one, but Era is still trapped. TP away. Can he get out in time? No, the physical damage is just enough to get the kill.
He walked back into the depth ward range, I think, or something. If he had just stayed there...
I think they just lost vision. You think?
Yeah.
Middle tower, though, is being threatened. They committed a lot up to that top lane. And Limp brought that tier 1 tower pretty low. Bottom lane, Jonas Safon was set up kind of aggressively, but it looks like they're going to go and try and catch someone behind the middle tower instead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The Japan's been perfect for jumps, so they have 2 jumps on the side of the
Radiant's
NiP.
middle tower has fallen.
Alright.
Sound muted.
1 second, Rio. I'm going to make sure that we have our right audio settings. We're going to try and fix things. Sorry, guys. It may be... Just...
Whoa. That sounded cool.
That was cool. You like it? That's my new it's my new audio board, man. Alright, I think we should be good.
Sound resumed.
Alright, let's try it here now.
Sound lovely today.
Thank you, thank you. I hope you sound lovely as well, especially on stream, because that's all that matters.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm gonna be called left ear for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, it's that or, you know, poor man Matt Damon, so... Era is actually going for the Aghanim Scepter here. Did not opt to try and pick up the Blink Dagger to really continue to try and play that aggressive route. Instead, going straight for the carry, which Era does prefer anyway.
Hanskin was checking the stacks out there. Good heads-up play, but it was already cleared out.
Looks like they should be able to take this tier 1. Alliance spending all their time in their own jungle. They're grouped up, they're just too scared of the relocate. They have to go for, like, as a 4-man if they ever go for pickoffs. Unless it's S4. S4 by himself is probably good. Looks like a relocate's gonna go down. They're gonna try and catch Admiral Bulldog. No, that's just Hanskin by himself. He doesn't have a tether for another 2 seconds. Snowball's gonna come in. They'll still be able to blow up Bulldog, and they got a good amount of damage on Ake. They need to finish him off, and will do so successfully, even if it does cost Hanskin his life. Now My Nuts TP out, and there's nothing to stop that. he will get away for free. 5 to 8, 15 minutes in. And an awkward engagement. I'm not sure if, like, the Era just ran out of range of the tether or what happened there, but...
No, it was on cooldown still. 5 seconds. He just tested it.
Huh. Maybe he thought that was going to be the best option for them. Just for him to cause, like, sort of a... just stall them up slightly. Like you saw, Bulldog, when he saw the relocate coming in, was like, oh god, I have to cogs that. And then all of a sudden it was just a wisp.
They're not going for a blink dagger.
Yeah, and he's halfway through that Aghanims, but we now have an Orchid on the Queen of Pain as well. Limp. He is very farm, sitting at 7k, and looks like they may go for a fight here in this middle lane. Loda, kind of trapped down by the Arshines, can't get to his allies. My nuts at this point, do you go Blink Dagger or BKB? Ryu.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ryu. Oh god, you just died. Hello. You may need to lower your sensitivity on your mic. Or lower the threshold, rather.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh.
I can hear you better.
Probably why.
Anyway, Blink Dagger or BKB? Enigma. Alright.
Alright, it's activity.
Rio, stop causing me issues. Stop causing me issues.
Normally, my sensitivity always is right.
Top lane. Going for the fight here. Era leading with the toss just to get a little bit of damage on S4. There's no way they can go for him. Plus, he's got the S4 room. In fact, it's probably just better to clear out entirely. You don't want to be anywhere near the Bristleback, who is this tanky and also has a haste ready to go at any point. Jonas Savant is actually pinging him. He wants to go for it. I'm not sure why. Ice Shards will block out S4, but they're not going to take that. Looks like S4 is going to go for the S and Y. Meanwhile, bottom lane, I think they want to go for a pickoff, but they did see Jonas Savant TPing down.
Bad for Loda this game.
What's bad for Loda?
Playing from behind, not have that much time to farm, so he's gonna try to get a BK.
All right, it's just.
Why is it cutting off?
No, it's just something.
Disconnected.
We're out. We're out. Apparently, our audio settings actually just broke. So our audio board is dead. That's what happened. Great stuff. Great stuff. Alright, let's just continue on the cast, shall we? Era, oh, he's almost got that Aghanim Scepter. So, it's coming. Limp's gonna try and finish up the BKB so he can play a bit more aggressively in these team fights. They gotta wonder, though, about what do they do with the Enigma. He gets a BKB here, and they've got really nothing to be able to stop that black hole. They've got Jonas Savant's Walrus Punch. Pretty sure that's going to be real tough to land. You have to be perfectly behind the Enigma and cannot be actually within melee range. You got to be at the max range that Walrus Punch will allow. Other than that, they have no other stuns to be able to go through BKB. Snowball just trying to clean up these Eidolons. Free farm, really, for Jonas Savant. S and Y on the Bristleback now, S4. Trying to chase away those heroes. Oh no, Limp! He looks like he got a real quick pick off on the Clockwork. Throws out the Sonic Wave Orchid. And that's just too much damage, but at least they have the Aghanim Scepter now. S4 gonna challenge Era a little bit. He's got the maxed out goo. On skin though, ready to go with the relocate if it's necessary. Probably won't be. In fact, if anything, S4 may not realize the large number of heroes that have rotated over to stop him. S4 is still at half HP. Era comes in. He's got another toss. And, oh, here comes My Nuts. He's ready to go with the black hole, but he doesn't quite see the opportunity. Now he's been ordered up. Still trying to finish off S4. Snowball goes for My Nuts. Meanwhile, S4 getting the heal. Limp comes forward, cast up. S4 just putting himself in the corner, just making sure that his damage does as much as possible, but he finally does go down. Limp continues to move forward, going on to Ake. Will be able to pick up that kill. Meanwhile, Era and Hanskin, they grabbed the Enigma and shook him dry. Will be able to pick up that extra kill on top. And
Radiant's
Loda,
top
poor
tower is
guy,
under
just
attack.
cannot stop these fights. He can't really be in them without BKB.
Radiant structures are fortified.
S4 just overextending a bit too much. Era? Not sure what he's thinking here. He's trying to go for that tier 1 tower. Will be able to get it. Bulldog doesn't want to challenge him, though. He knows that the moment the Wisp comes in, there'll just be massive amounts of heals. Never be able to out DPS that Tiny.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Loda pushing forward. Still needs another 1,200 gold for the BKB. Oh, and Quap, he's got that BKB coming. That's going to be so big. Aghanim's for Seal Kid. It's coming in soon. Alliance at this point suffering pretty badly against a tiny Wisp combination, and their Gyrocopter just doesn't have anywhere near the amount of farm necessary to be able to challenge. At this point in time, Alliance, it seems like they just have to do something drastic to be able to get back in this game. Oh, 4 staff now. My nuts. Oh, okay. I didn't really expect this one. I thought just BKB for sure. But maybe 4 staff into the BKB. Oh, and poor Roshan.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's going to be a free Aegis. Do they give it to Era? Maybe they give it to Limp here. Some fun's got the medallion. Oh, and they're going to have Solar Crest as well. This Era Tiny is going to be so big if they can give him the Solar Crest buff as well. But they can't actually take down Roshan. They know Alliance seem to have Limp. He blinked forward for that one in order to get the haste room, but he's going to be fine. And it seems to be a wasted smoke now for Alliance. S4 is going to go inside the Roshan pit. Maybe he can do it solo, though. He might have enough physical damage and minus armor to take it. A blast going to come in, though, and they're going to reveal that Roshan's down to half HP, and S4 now has to start thinking about backing up. Maybe this is the drastic move they need. But no. The Kata Blasts are just too much for him to handle. All the meanwhile, Era and Hanskin, they're not even worried. They go ahead and farm up the jungle. If S4 starts bringing Roshan low enough, they'll go for the relocate play. But they know S4, that was never going to be a good play, so he backs up. Oh no, they're going to go back in now. Another blast, showing S4 there. The rest of the Ninjas of Pyjamas start rotating over except for the Tiny Wisp combination. Still, though, they got to be careful. This is still going to be a good potential setup for relocate. No, they're actually going to go straight for my nuts first. Now, Cogs push back. Can they actually deal with this one? Limp came in, trying to deal with S4, but it's just too much damage. Managed to get the blink away in time to separate from my Bulldog. Seems to be successful as S4 is just left to be able to run down hero after hero. 3 down now, and it's only Era and Limp to try and fight this one out. Looks like they're going to go for Loda, starting things off the combination. They get the stun up, toss up as well. Loda will fall. S4 is dropping low. Orchid, is it enough damage? Oh, what? 14 HP, just barely managed to survive. Finally, they take damage, and the Shadow Strike is enough. S4 now just playing dance games with Era. Comes forward, a little bit more damage out from Limp. Do they have enough? The damage is there. Era finishes off S4, even if it does cost him the life of Limp. Era's very happy with that trade, especially if he can get the Aegis all to himself, but it's one-on-one. Ake, as the Witch Doctor, facing up against Era's Tiny. He only has 600 HP, and he's dealing with the 2-man team. Roshan's battling him as well. Hanskin's come in, healing him up. Ake needs to be able to get up this cast, but not in time. The stun is there, and Ake gets bursted down by Era. And that will finally be the end of the fight. NiP will claim the Aegis for themselves, and oh man, that's almost going to be Assault Cuirass as well for Era Alliance. It seemed to be a similar scenario to game number 2. They just went all in for that Roshan fight, and it almost worked. It almost worked, but Era's Tiny was just too big, and now he's got Aegis and AC plus level 16. It's not looking great for Alliance, as they made it through round number 1, but it seems round 2 They may be knocked out of the ESL 1 New York qualifiers. S4 looks like he's going to be going BKB next.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
My
attack.
nuts. Working towards that that BKB, I presume. We'll see.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They
is
still
under
have the
attack.
power of the Enigma, man. Anything can happen with the Enigma, especially with the Midnight Pulse coming into play. Still, though, they're going to have to give up some towers if they want to wait for
Radiant
the
structures are
BKBs.
fortified.
And Tier 2 at the bottom lane is going to be completely forfeit. Seal Kid is about to finish up that Aghanim Scepter. That's going to make things really difficult, especially for somebody like S4, who's not only is he dealing with the constant annoyance of the mana leak. If he doesn't have his BKB, it's just going to be done for. But it's also going to be that miss percentage chance from Blinding Light. Limp is... looks like Limp is going to be going for the Shivas. You normally expect AC for the Queen of Pain at this point in time. Like, most Queen of Pains have been going this right-click build, where they go Assault Cuirass is kind of their third item after Orchid and BKB. But obviously, we already have the Assault Cuirass on the Tiny, so... must be Shivas.
Got it.
That'll be a great way for them just to continue the kite around the Bristleback. Hanskin can probably start working towards a Glimmer Cape if he wants to keep himself a little bit extra safe. Alright, BKB is about to be finished up for S4, so that's a start. I wonder if he also considers Halberd at any point in time, because the Tiny is unlikely to go BKB. So that disarm could be pretty good. Alright. Are we trying this again, Ryu?
Yes, I fixed the team speak too if you want to come back.
Alright, well... it still was the apparently the other issue. So I don't know.
There was still the left ear
Apparently, yes.
in TeamSpeak. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I did everything in
It might be...
possible.
our studio setup might have broken, like, midway through cast. We'll see.
I got to watch at least. It's pretty good.
That was a
That-
great Roshan fight, though.
Oh yeah. Huge place.
What do you think
Now they're
about Limp's build here? Going for the, what I presume is Shiva's next?
Consequence.
It'd be pretty interesting to see him go for a Lotus Orb, but I don't think he needs to go there. There's nothing to really handle. But other than that, Shiva's it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I
Helping
mean, they've only
out
got the
against-
physical damage of S4 to worry about, it seems.
Yeah, you got the physical DPS from both Gyro and Bristleback, so you just slow down their attack speed, help out during the team fights. It's really good.
Era up to 16,000 net worth now.
This is as I was saying earlier before I cut off so much, I was listening to it, but with Loda, it's not his fault this game for why he's so underfarmed.
Yeah.
It's because he's playing against a Wisp, and there's not much he can do. Just he has to kind of go to team fights, and if they lose the team fights, he can't farm. He still can't farm. He just has to go with his team around the map.
You
And
see
here they
this
go.
build? I don't think I've ever seen this before. When someone's going an MKB, they pick up the Javelin.
It's going Bissell, no.
Yeah,
but
I think Loda's just desperate for
Dire's middle tower
any
is
kind of
under
damage.
attack.
he just needs, just to buy as much value as possible at this point.
Oh, the Courier? Bye-bye, Courier. Bye-bye, Flying Donkey. That being
Dire's
said, that
courier
sets
has
off
been
the alarm
killed.
bells. Hanskin knows that there's going to be an army coming in from behind.
Radiant's top
And Era
tower
just
is
keeps on
under
going, but
attack.
Hanskin is setting himself up, relocate, and we'll be able to get Era back to safety. Oh, they're actually, never mind, they go into the bottom lane, they're going straight for the tier 3 tower, and with the attack speed and the AC that they have, they take out that tier 3 so quickly. S4 comes in, limp, orchid him up. Meanwhile, Era and Hanske did come back to the lane, so they're not going to just sacrifice the Wisp. No opening for Alliance whatsoever, as they're just being outmaneuvered. Now Jonas Upon jumps onto Admiral Bulldog, Snowball, gets him inside of the cogs, but there's a hook shot. Hanskin, can he keep Jonas Upon alive against the double damage of S4? S4 turns, he's going to go for Hanskin, easily able to pick up that kill. Limp now trying to get away, blink up in 1 more second, gets out just in time, TP away, and Alliance can't do anything to stop that one. They lose so much there. Tier 3 at the bottom lane, even if they did get the pick off on Hanskin, they traded away Admiral Bulldog in return.
Yeah, it's all they could really hope for, though. I mean, that was an amazing play. But for NiP, we both thought they were going to go back to base. And all of a sudden, they're at the tier 3 tower, bottom lane, knocking at their door. It's really heads-up play from NiP. And, well, I haven't got to look at all the items in effect yet, but looking at this Tusk...
Oh, the Shivas. They're slowing down Loda. He doesn't have the BKB. He's done for. The burst damage just quickly overwhelms him.
Just see how hard it is just to go out anywhere on the map for Loda.
Yeah.
Just nowhere is safe to farm for him.
They're going to have a full Silver Edge soon. This Bristleback is getting hard countered now by Era's Tiny.
I think a good item is Shadow Blade on... If you played it in pub sometimes you see the Tiny go Shadow Blade just to get more kills and stuff, but yeah, this game, especially when you're going against a Gyro, I love seeing a Silver Edge on any of the heroes. Yeah,
just able to get on top of him, blow him up real quickly, and obviously that break mechanic is going to be so valuable versus the Bristleback's passive.
Kind of is on S4 to carry this game, as well as maybe a good Black Hole from Enigma.
Yeah.
And I like all on them. Also, I was going to say if Ake could get an Ags on Witch Doctor, that could be a good turnaround, but he's just
unless he somehow magically, like, Alliance win the fight versus NiP, and somehow Ake gets all of the kills for it, then maybe we'll see an Aghanims this game. But right now, he is very poor. He's living that hard 5 life.
5 for life. 4 for life.
Yeah. My nuts, 2,800 gold. So maybe the BKB we're talking about. What did you think about the 4-step?
It's pretty interesting. Normally you see the Blink Dagger just so you can always escape and you snowball, or you can just initiate. Guess he just wants
I'm talking about that
for the clockwork.
Enigma.
Oh.
Who is currently going to die? Not even a question.
I always clicked on Jonas and Fan when you said that, so I was just like, oh, this was easy to talk about.
But I mean, that too. You usually see Blink Dagger on the Tusk, but that's probably specifically against the Clockwork, right?
Right, the Clockwork. And Enigma 4-step, that's weird. I'm surprised he didn't go for a BKB. Seems like it's needed. The only thing they really have to cancel it is going to be the Walrus Punch, and sometimes it's really hard to land that. Alliance being bled dry.
What do you go for as the Bristleback as your next item? Do you just go like as much strength as possible and try and pick up the Satanic next?
No, it's probably a Cuirass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess we don't have another Cuirass hero, so he's got to go for it.
And then probably Abyssal Blade.
Right. Oh, that tier 2 tower, not long for this world. The Glyph will buy it a bit of time here. Hanskin and Arrow back themselves up, but bottom lane is where we're going to have action, at least potentially. Jonas Upon, Leah with the Ice Shards, does manage just clip S4, brings it back in a little bit. Hanskin, again, one of those solo relocates. He's going to leave Era alone. They will be able to get the tether. Oh, 4-step, that actually breaks the tether. And now Hanskin, 2 more seconds until he can relocate out. Maybe he can live? Yes, just barely. Era, meanwhile, is pushing towards that tier 3 tower. S4 held up. Looks like the Gyrocopter's trying to slow him down, but Era's actually taking away that tier 3 tower back over the bottom lane. But Aira's actually taking away that tier 3 tower back over the bottom lane. Looks like they're going on S4. Ninjas the Pyjamas, they know they're claiming the racks right now. They just need to be able to force this fight as best as possible so no one can rotate back to save the racks. Era and Hanskin now are going to be able to get out. It looks like it's a lowdown Emerald. Bulldog just gets bursted down, and now they even Silver Edge away. The fight finally ends at that bottom area. Alliance were able to extricate themselves away from that one, but Era's already taken the full lane of racks.
This Tiny's just unstoppable, and you can tell S4 is kind of desperate when he's getting the Basher right now. They just have nothing to really lock down these heroes.
Yeah, oh and they don't have any counter version, or at least not on S4, so Silver Edge can walk away.
Even Tusk is building into a Silver Edge. Oh my goodness.
It's the Pyjamas. I mean, they're ratting the rats right now. They're going to be able to claim the Aegis as well. Is this cheese yet? No, not quite. So an Aegis for our Tiny. MKB on the Gyrocopter. So he finally has a bit of damage. But he's just got no stats whatsoever. BKB, straight MKB, no drums, no Ring of Aquila. None of that extra stuff. He just tries to get that late game item as soon as possible. But we'll see whether or not the added damage is enough for them to be able to win a fight.
Here comes Tiny, rolling through the backside. Silver edged up. Oh, the charge blocks in.
Oh, there's the Silver Edge hit, but they force staff up. S4 gets away. So specifically that force staff made to deal with some of those ice shards. My nuts. Helps at S4 in a big way there. But still, Era just keeps on marching forward. He's got 3k HP, a Wisp behind him, reducing damage. And I'm not sure why. I thought he would just start hitting the racks. He's got that Aegis. Look up here, looks like My Nuts and Ake, they're gonna try and get some sort of jump in from the side. S4 forced him off his BKB. Black hole, no, it only catches Jonas and Fun. It's not good enough to be able to win the fight by itself. S4 comes forward, trying to deal with Limp, can't get the bash, he'll blink himself away. Now Jonas and Fun caught inside that Death Ward. He's gonna be in some trouble, snowballs over to the side, actually stops Ake, gets off the walrus, punches Silver Edge away. He's good, goes on My Nuts. Jonas and Fun gonna be able to get 2 kills and get out. Now S4 being kited around, Alliance lose 4. Don't even come close to taking down Era. He doesn't have a tent in him, and there's the call. Ninjas the Pyjamas 2-1 against Alliance will eliminate the other Swedes.
Yeah, it just seems like game 1 it was outpicked from Alliance. Game 2 it kind of felt like a bit of the outpick in the other favor, whereas you saw Limp just doing all the work. Maybe it wasn't so much outpick, it's just like Limp being the superstar and Lena. And in this game it was just kind of like an all-around team effort. NiP just having their number everywhere on the map, and just bad. I don't know how the Roshan fight. I think that basically sealed the deal for the game, if you would agree with me. Kind of like once they lost that, they lost all map control, and there was really no way back after you saw the IO, the Tiny. And we've seen this strategy before. IO plus Coddle, you can be anywhere on the map with anyone. It's really hard to play against if you're not prepared for it. And it just looks like Alliance, their team was all about team fight, but then NiP just split them up on the map, split them up, and just eventually they just got split up too much, and easy pickoffs here and there.
Yep, so well played by Ninjas in Pyjamas. They'll move on to face up against the winner between Empire and 5 Jungs tomorrow. We have that match as well as New Team versus Na'Vi. Blitz is going to be joining me for that, so be sure to tune in. We only have a few more matches left. We've got those 2 quarterfinals, then we get into the semifinals, and then the best of 5 finals, which is going to be happening on Sunday. So, ESL, we're cranking out these qualifiers as fast as possible. It's going to be going all the way to Sunday from 11 CEST to about midnight, which is actually right now. So, we're going to close out the broadcast. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Sorry about any of the technical issues. There really wasn't much I could do. Tried as much as I could, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching,
sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, for all the technical sound problems. And it was my first time casting again. I know I need a lot of work casting again. So thanks for having me on again. It was, my
man.
pleasure. Sorry, the second series just audio problems for a weird reason. I don't know what happened,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
kind of
I'll
sorted
have our
out a
tech
little
guy
bit.
Look at the studio. Who knows?
It could have been on my end too, but I really did try and replug everything in. I looked at all the devices. I even.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It was
anyway,
great
guys,
Dota games, though.
thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. 11 CEST. Toby is going to be casting that, and then I'll be stepping in for the European stuff. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.